After selling over 500 digital products last month and making $15,000, my highest month ever, I've nailed the one thing that will make you a stupid amount of money selling digital products. Now, it's not just the product, not just the traffic, and not just where you sell. Those are important, but this is more important. It's your landing page. There are 10 things that your landing page needs to have for your customer to beg you to buy your product. And I say that because when you get this right, your customer feels like the product was made for them, like exactly them. They feel like they need it right now, and so they are desperate to buy. And so in this video, I'm going to break down those 10 things with examples so you can see exactly what they are, implement them, and start making more sales. And if we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Rochelle. I'm a digital product coach, and I help you start and grow your own freedom-based business with digital products and AI. And I want to know, I want you to drop a comment below. I want you to type sales if you're here because you want to make more sales of your digital product. Even if you don't have one yet, you want to make money from this. So comment sales, and also grab my digital product checklist below. It's completely free and it shows you all the steps that you need to create a digital product, even if you're a beginner starting from scratch. Okay, so we're about to dive into these 10 things, but there's one thing I need to clear up, because if you don't understand this part, nothing that I'm about to show you will make sense and you'll be leaving money on the table. Now, you've probably heard people throw around terms like landing page, sales page, checkout page, and honestly, it gets so confusing. I know I was when I started. So let me make this super simple for you. A landing page and a sales page are basically the same thing. They both have one job, and that is to get the customer excited about the product that you're offering and ready to buy, okay? So don't let all the marketing jargon throw you off. They're the same thing. But the real difference is the checkout page. Think of this like a two-person relay race. Your landing page is the first runner, okay? It grabs the attention. It gets a good start. Then it passes the baton to your checkout page, okay? This is the second runner that brings it home. It takes all of that excitement. It takes everything that the first runner did, your landing page, and crosses the finishing line by closing the sale and making you money. But here's where most people are dropping the baton. Their landing page might build excitement, okay? It might be good, but then they don't have the checkout page that gets it over the line and your conversions drop. So from this point on, I want you to be really clear on what a landing page is and what a checkout page is, okay? Do you need both? Well, I'm going to show you as we go through this video. Okay, so let's start with exactly what your landing page needs. Here is a landing page for my 24-hour AI product. This is a product that helps you create your digital products in less than 24 hours. Now you'll see at the top of this page, which is really important, is the headline. This might just be the most important part of your page, okay? And your headline isn't just a title, okay? This is what captures the attention of the person that's landing on your page. It is a hook, okay? So your hook can either be a struggle hook. So are you struggling to? Do you want to? Are you finding this super painful? Okay, so it can be what they're struggling with. So if I did a struggle hook, I would have been something like, are you tired of spending weeks on your digital products and they still don't sell? That would have been a struggle hook. The other type of hook that you can do is a possibility hook, an outcome hook, what they're actually going to get from your digital product. So in this example, I've said, create your digital product in under a day, even if you're a complete beginner. That is exactly what they're getting from my digital product. And so your hook, your title needs to be super clear, either what it is helping people overcome or what it is helping people get. And this will make sure as soon as someone lands on this page, they feel instantly hooked. Now, the second one is your subtitle. This is a bit small on this page, actually. Looks a lot better on mobile, but your subtitle needs to add context to your hook, right? So because I've gone for a solution-driven hook, create your digital product in under a day, you can see my subtitle, my subhook is actually a struggle-related one, okay? So you can make them either. If you went for a struggle-related title, you could go for a solution-related subtitle. So my struggle-related subtitle is forget wasting weeks in Canva or constantly battling tech drama, right? So I've immediately appealed to what the pain point is, and that is super, super important. Now, this whole title, subtitle, and this mock-up image here, these are all above the fold. So as soon as someone lands on your digital product, these are the things that they're gonna see first, right? I'm super zoomed out here. So it's so important that you have a title, you have a subtitle, and you have a mock-up. People need to be able to visualize your product, even though it's digital. They need to get a visual and be able to picture it in their minds. And that is why I create these really beautiful mock-ups. Now, together, this is called your hero block. This is a must-have. You must have this at the start of your landing page. Now, as an option, you can also have a very short summary. Now, this summary needs to feel very benefit-driven, and it basically needs to give people a reason to keep scrolling down the page. These landing pages can get quite long. You do not have to have this, but I like to have this, okay? Basically, it's kind of like a teaser. This is what I call the what's inside. This is the second thing that you need, okay? So it's like, it just gives a quick glimpse of what's inside your digital product. So I said, last month I made over $15,000 from 3 digital products, all created in under a day with AI. So that's my proof, okay? That's my credibility. Inside this course, you'll learn the exact system I use to go from finding your perfect idea, creating your product, and having it ready to sell in 24 hours. It's a glimpse of what's inside. It's not the full list. We're gonna come on to that. But this is really important because it sets the scene. You also want a button for them to buy. You're gonna see this as a theme throughout this video. Hopefully this video isn't too long, but I really wanna give you all of the detail. I really wanna give you all the tea. It's not scripted. Like, I really want to just give you the tea here, right? You need as many buttons on your page as possible. You need to give people as many opportunities to click buy as possible. Some people are going to need more information. Some people are going to need less. You need to make sure that button is always like a click away. It needs to be always easy to find. And so it's really important that you include one up top. Now, the first bit that I like to add is proof that it works, okay? And so here's the proof that it works. Now, this is a brand new course. When I launched this page, I didn't have testimonials, and like, this is my proof. This is how much I've made. This is how much I've sold, okay? So you do need some sort of proof. If your product is new, give your proof. If your product is established and you have testimonials, add testimonials here already, okay? Now, after this is what I call the section where we are basically calling out their pain points and literally counteracting them straight away with the benefits. And so the key here is to be really direct. So you need to say exactly what they're struggling with. So in this example, people are lost in Canva rabbit holes. They're overwhelmed by tech setup. They're constantly second guessing themselves. They're struggling to land on the right idea. They're watching other people post about their sales on Instagram while you feel behind, right? These are very real pain points. You don't have to have every pain point, but please add the most urgent ones. And now I always add at least the same amount of benefits to counteract the pain points. So if I added 5 pain points, I'm adding 5 benefits. Sometimes it's 6, okay? So you would have one line transitioning from your pain points to your benefits. So I've said, we don't do struggle bus energy around here, aka stressing for weeks and getting nowhere. We've got a faster and easier way to approach it, and it looks like this, right? And then I am giving benefits straight away. I'm saying all the things that basically counteract their pain points. It's really important because you need to be able to handle the objections early. People are always going to have reasons that they might not buy your product, i.e. mine was that they might be overwhelmed with tech, they might be second guessing themselves, they might not have the right idea. All of these limiting beliefs that your customer is telling themselves on why they can't change and why they can't see results and why they can't buy your product, it's really important that you handle them really early on, and then you tell them exactly how you can help with that, okay? So this is the pain points and the benefits section. Okay, so that was number 4. So let me just quick recap so far. We have number 1, the hero block. Then we have number 2 here, the quick sneak peek. We have number 3, the proof that it works. And then this section, these 2 sections, number 4, pain points and benefits, okay? Now we need to add in the offer stack. okay? So the next one is the what's included. Now, this is something that I learned from another coach, where it is so important to give a really detailed list of what's included in your product. And we're not just talking about 20 lessons, 5 templates, 2 workbooks. We're talking about the actual outcomes. What do those things actually give them, okay? So I've said things like they get clear instructions, they get my exact frameworks and generators, they get a complete A to Z breakdown. So do you see, I'm not necessarily talking about the actual things inside, because I would have then said 22 courses, 10 workbooks, 3 prompt guides. You know, I'm not actually saying the exact details. I'm saying the things that are going to help get them closer to their result, okay? So very clear breakdowns, how to stand out, framework and generator. So it's really important that you're selling the benefits, not just the features, okay? The solutions and the transformations, not just the features. It needs to feel really detailed. And this is the part where you should spend the most time on, the what's included section, okay? So this what's included section, I also call this the offer stack section, because you're really stacking up the offer. You're also including any bonuses here, and you're making sure the price is here as well. Now, depending on your strategy, if you've got a really cheap product, you can actually have the price earlier on, and I'm sure I do. No, I don't. So I used to add the price here, right? When I first launched this, I added the price. So you can also add the price here. They need to know the price before they could be scrolling through for ages, right? And so the next part is quick wins. Now, sometimes I do include the quick wins above the what's included, but you're essentially showing them how they can get a quick win with your product. I also like to position this based on a pain point. So somebody might say they're very overwhelmed. Will they actually finish it? And I'm saying, yeah, you've got a bonus, you've got a Notion template that is going to keep you on track, a very quick win. And so I like to just pull out either bonuses or quick wins from your product or your programs that you can add into your page, either just before or just after you break down exactly what's included, okay? And so another one that I like to do, this is like a bonus as well, I like to sometimes include a video. So this is a video where you can get a sneak peek of what's inside, okay? So super important. If you have it, again, it's just a way of giving examples. Give as many results and examples as you can. Now, you can also have a section on bonuses. I've actually just merged it here because I talk about the bonus here, but you can also have a separate section on the bonuses that you have on the page for this product, okay? And so the next thing that you need is an introduction. Now, people will find this page through lots of different things. I have people finding this page through Pinterest. I have people finding it through YouTube. I have people finding it through organic search, lots of different ways. And so not everyone might be familiar with who you are, your story. So it's really important that you add your story in. It adds that personal connection, okay? And so then the last bit of the page is the testimonials. Now, this can be tough, and you do actually have opportunity to add testimonials earlier. I like to usually add them here at the end of the page. And as this course now has got a lot of testimonials, even within a few weeks, I will add a testimonial probably either here or right here, like right after I say what's included, right? So don't be afraid to add more than one testimonial section. The more testimonials you have, the better, the more that people can trust your product, okay? And so immediately following the testimonials, I'm actually going to show you another page now just for something different. I actually like to have, this is my digital product launch pack, only $7, really, really cheap. So after the testimonials here, so I've said, don't just take my word for it. Here are my testimonials. And then I have my FAQs here. Now, the FAQs are so overlooked, but they are so important because people might still have questions. Even after going through that entire page, people might still have questions. And so before you launch, you obviously don't know the questions that people are going to have. So you can ask AI to help you with that. But after you launch, as you get questions, and do always add them into your page, because there may be other people that are thinking that same thing. And it may be the one thing that's holding holding them back from purchasing. So make sure you add in your FAQs as well. And so you can always end your page with like a final push. So in this page, I had the final push here. So last chance to finally launch wildly successful digital products without the overwhelm. So it's always nice to kind of end either just before or just after your Q&As with a final push, like just remind them why they're on this page. And just so you know, guys, like sales pages are a bit of always a body of art. You know, they might not start perfect, but you can always add stuff to them, especially now you know the 10 things to be adding to your landing pages, and I've added them below. But even with these 10 things, you are not going to make as much sales as you could be if you don't have a great checkout page. So all of these buttons that you saw throughout my page, loads of them, loads of buttons, when you click them, they are coming through to the checkout page. So this is what a checkout page looks like. Always has an order form. And I love using this 2-column style checkout page. When people are on desktop, it looks like this, but when on mobile, it just looks like one seamless scroll. So somebody is scrolling, they're going to scroll through all of this on the left, and then they're going to come to the stuff on the right. So here's a few things I want you to know. On your checkout page, you might send people directly to this page. When would you do that? When people already know you and trust you, and they don't need all the sales that the last page gave them. So the last page that we looked at just now was about warming people up and getting them excited. If people are already excited about your product, you've sent emails, you've done lives, you've done loads of content, people are already excited, you can bring them directly to this page, because this is the page where they're going to give you their money. So here's what you need to have. You need to have the title, which says exactly what the product does. So I've called it 24-hour product system. And you just need to fill out your instant access below to get my step-by-step system for creating profitable digital products. Very, very simple, okay? So you're telling them that there's a form that they need to fill out below, because remember on mobile, this is one page and most people will be accessing this on mobile. And you're just reminding them again what they're getting. You're having the price, you're having the scroll to checkout button. Again, this really only makes sense on mobile, but I keep it in there because I think it's something like 80 to 90% of people will be coming to your site through mobile anyway. So really important. All it does, once you click it on mobile, it takes people to this checkout button, okay? This checkout form. And then I have these bullet points that really clearly tell people what they're getting in their product. It's basically this, but slightly tweaked, okay? So I'm slightly tweaking it, but it's basically that. So let's go back to the sales page. The checkout page. So I'm just basically saying again what they're getting. So if they've come direct to this page, if I've sent them direct to this page, then they still get all of the information of what's included. If they've come from this page, then they're just getting a reminder. And a lot of people, as they are entering in their card details, they'll be because they want to make sure it's a good purchase, they'll be looking back at what it's included and they'll be mentally weighing up whether it's worth it. So it's always a great idea to have these bullet points on your checkout page. So not just an order form, these bullet points on your checkout page. One thing I do want to address, you might have seen this little window here that's coming up a lot. So there are 2 platforms that I've used in the past to create these little notifications. And these are real notifications. So when people are buying, this notification is flashing up. And the reason why we have it is because it creates a fear of missing out. If other people are shopping in the store or other people are buying the product, well, surely I should be too. Okay, so that's the buyer psychology. I use ProofSource for this. I find it's the cheapest and most affordable, and it also allows me to use it across multiple websites because I have this website and I also have my Shopify. So I love ProofSource. There's another one called UseProof, which I haven't tried, but it is more expensive. Okay, but this is a really good thing. Again, you can set it to just be the product that the person's on or all different products, and I like it to be all different because someone might click on that and then see another product that they want to buy. Okay, a big hack for getting more people to buy, because someone else has got it, they will probably want it too. Okay, so now we come to the checkout page. One thing I learned recently, even though you have a digital product, you still need to add in your shipping. So you still need to ask the customer for their shipping details. And the reason is because when you send this to Stripe or whoever your payment processor is, if they have the billing details, so the shipping, the address, they are much less likely to decline the payment. And there was a point in my journey where a lot of my customer payments were getting declined, and I was thinking, what's going on? Why is everyone's payments getting declined? And I think this had a lot to do with it. So add that back in if you haven't already. That's what I did, and it's been great. And then lastly, on this checkout page, this is an opportunity to add an upsell. Please always have an upsell. Even if you don't have a second product here yet, you can just add here one-to-one coaching with Rochelle, book a one-to-one call with Nancy, book a one-to-one call with Drew, like whoever you are. Add a order bump, because you'll be surprised how many people actually opt to go for that order bump. And seeing as you've already done all the hard work to get people to this page, you might as well add an order bump and increase their order value. Okay, so this is a really good way to do that. And actually, once you hit complete on this, once someone buys on this, they get more order bumps. The option is never forced, it's just always the option to see if they want to buy any other products. And so that's really important for increasing your profitability. So you might have a really cheap product. So for example, my $7 product, and I haven't updated the checkout page for this yet, so don't judge the checkout page. But yeah, actually I have. It has steps on there, and it has a testimonial. You can also add a testimonial. I'm testing a slightly different way of doing it with this one. I'm first getting their first name and email address, and then they save it, and that way I can email them if they don't check out. So that's what I'm trying on this one. And then I can't press it now, but the payment details are the same. So really important. This does have an order bump. Once you put your name and full email address in, you'll be given an order bump. But this one just has it straight away. So that is the difference between your landing page and your checkout page. But let's answer the question from earlier. Do you need both? If you want to make as much money as possible from digital products, and you're happy to invest in platforms that allow you to have, so I'm using here in this example, FG funnels, completely up to you what you want to use. I would always recommend having both. The landing page is great for traffic who doesn't really know who you are right away. It could be Pinterest traffic, it could be ads traffic, it could be any type of marketing you're doing. And then you can send people directly to your sales page if they're already intimately familiar with you, usually through something like emails, okay? But otherwise, this would just be the page that normal people come to after being on the landing page. And so I want to show you an example of this. Now, this is just a very lean version of a landing page, but it has both, right? It's probably actually technically a checkout page. So it has the hero section here, it has the image, has the title, not great title to be honest, and it has the subtitle. Again, this is formatted for mobile. I feel like everyone's going to judge me, but this is formatted for mobile. And then you've got basically the what's included, the bullet points of what's included. And then I've got a page here with the template. So I guess it leans more towards a checkout page, but you could, if you wanted, like the original page, you could add an order bump or an order form to this page, which would make them 2-in-1. However, I get much better results when I separate the two. I have a landing page and then I have a checkout page, and those are all of the things that you need on your checkout page to make sure it sells. The link is down below, as well as the freebie. And so the next step is actually getting traffic to your landing page and to your checkout page. I use Pinterest for me. It blew up my digital product sales as soon as I started using it, without me having to have followers and without me having to post on social media every 5 minutes, and also without me having to show my face. So if you want that too, click on this video here and check it out. Okay, bye.